Real Talk Radio on IndieGrow.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Candy Show, aka Candy Productions, broadcasting live to you from the IndieGrow.com scene. This is our first night on the air, bringing hot topics to you and looking for lots of your input. Post your comments and blogs on IndieGrow.com. Go to the Candy Store link off the radio talk show listing and let us know what your comments are. This is TW, Life is Just a Cruise, Watson. I want to go ahead and introduce the rest of the crew. Miss Sister DJ Silver Fox.
Hey everybody, giving you a holler from the west side of Indianapolis. We're happy to be with you this evening, and we've got a lot of hot topics to talk about. We want to shout a few out there to you, and we want your response. This way also we want to hear from you. We want you to post what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to talk about on the Candy Show. At this time we're going to introduce Candy.
What's up everybody? This is Candy with Candy Productions. I hope you guys have a good time tonight. Hope you come back and keep coming back and interact with us. And now we're ready for the first topic.
Our first topic tonight is, it's summertime. The fashions out there are hot. The style, the dress. But I got a question. Why is less on seemingly the attraction for Mr. Right? Is it right? Less? More? How do you feel about that? We want to have your comments. When I'm thinking about the fashions out there, I'm thinking how to dress for success during the day, and also thinking about how to dress to impress in the evening. We know that skimpiness is in. We know that there are beautiful hot tops that you wear with your jeans or your skirts. How much will you reveal? Is revealing the skin really the right message for Mr. Right? We know there are the pros and cons on this. If you're built like a brick house, hey, you want to show off your stuff. But how much stuff do you want to show off? How much do you want to reveal? Do you want that to be your calling card? Is that your calling card? You tell us. We want to hear your comments on this one. We want your interaction on this, because we want to see what you bring to the table with less on, more on. Are we attracting Mr. Right?
All right. I got a comment about that, Sister DJ Silver Fox. I don't think that you can possibly attract Mr. Right wearing, with your boobs hanging all out, when you bend over, you're showing too much of your butt. I don't think that you can attract Mr. Right. You do attract some men, I'll give you that, but it's not going to be Mr. Right. It may be Mr. Right now, but it's not going to be Mr. Right. What you think, Candy Girl?
Well, see, my opinion on that is that, first of all, we got to look at who's making the skimpy clothes as it is. So you start with the designers, right?
That's who makes the clothes, but are they forcing it on you?
But they practically are forcing on you, because you got to go to the store when you know you a size 14 and all you see is a size 11 or 12. I mean, come on.
Hey, Ashley Stewart in the house. No, you can go to Ashley Stewart. Lane Bryant. They make 14, and actually they make 12 and up. You don't have
Well,
to.
you got some size 18s and some size 20s that are still trying to squeeze in those size 12s and 11s. So what does that say about it? What is your calling card? Call me for a hot night, or call me for a duration of a relationship? What message, again, is that bringing to the table? Hot fashions are out there for everybody, but you compliment yourself. And when you're squeezing into Cinderella's silver slipper, hey, you may be one of the ugly stepsisters. What do you think, girls?
Well, you know what?
I
Here's
agree.
the thing. I think with that, you got to look at this. If it was made in your size, then I can fit it. But does that mean you have to wear it?
No. No, you definitely don't have to wear it. They make plenty stuff in my size, but does that mean they make booty shorts in the size 12? But does that mean at my age I'm gonna be walking around in some booty shorts? No, it doesn't, because it's not age appropriate and it's not attractive, and I know it's sending a mixed signal to some man out there that I might want to be my lifelong partner. So
Well,
no.
Well, I mean, I could go to the grocery store, scarf on my head, tennis shoes on my feet, sweatpants with holes in them. I can still attract Mr. Wrong and Mr. Right. So
Yeah.
why does it mean that whatever you wear has to be an issue of attracting Mr. Wrong or Mr. Right?
It shouldn't have to, but reality is it does. We women, we know how a lot of the men think. There are some great men out there, but sometimes it's about your presentation. And if your presentation says, I'm about showing everything I got, there's nothing left to the imagination, then the likelihood of you attracting that right person, those chances go down.
Candy, I want to pose this to you. You said you could go to the grocery store in jeans and a sweatshirt and with the, head
Do-rag.
ornament, do-rag. But if TW hops in and she's got on her booty shorts and her boobs are exposed, do you think that they're going to holler at? You looking like a ragamuffin? Or TW looking like a hot mess?
Life is just a cruise. I don't know. Looking like a hot mess.
Well, I'm gonna admit that they probably will holler at TW, but at the same time, in the back of their mind, they already know what they want.
Exactly. Based
And-
on what I got on.
And you're giving them your calling card.
Exactly.
I am open for adventure.
That's right.
Holler at me, and I'm going to holler back.
Okay, so let's just say you have a 300-pound woman that just lost 200 pounds. Let's be realistic. She's down to 150. But
Star Jones, you remember Star? She lost all that weight, and when they showed her on the beach with her new swimsuit, she was looking like a flabby mess, okay? So, what was her calling card, okay? I lost 200 pounds, look at me. But my cellulite is saying, hey, every time I walk, I jiggle. Jell-O commercial, we need a little Bill Cosby in here. All right, girls, what do you think?
But I guess when it's all said and done, in men's minds, they're not looking at. Yeah, true enough. I'm gonna be honest. True enough. Sometimes when you do wear less, that's the first thing that they're gonna look at. Oh, well, she's showing this and she's not showing that. I'm gonna go with the one who's showing it. But then also at the same time, I'm married. I got my wedding ring on. For whatever reason, people still want to talk to me. And I'm attracting Mr. Right or I'm attracting Mr. Wrong. So at this point, men in general.
Now, I'm about looking sexy, feeling fly. In fact, I purchased a lot of tops that when you buy them at the store, they showing a little bit of everything. But I admit, I put a safety pin, because I don't want to show too much. You can go and you can buy attractive tops, revealing tops, but you know how to work it. You can wear the little shorts to go down to the end of your thigh and still look hot and sexy and fly, but you don't have to reveal everything. I think it's important to leave something to the imagination. I think men get off on that.
Well, then why would you buy a top that you have to put a pin in?
Because I still want to look sexy for me, but I don't want to show everything. Don't you got a pin up in that top right there?
Candy girl showing the sexiness, but she's got the
But you
pin
put
there.
that pin in there because you still want to feel good about yourself, and you still want to feel good about yourself, but you don't want to reveal everything you got.
Well,
so,
the pin right now is there because this was for work purposes.
we off work.
Why didn't
we
you
at
let the
work right
girls
now.
fly, okay? So when you were letting the girls fly and you went into the store or wherever it was that you were headed after work and the girls were flying, what's your purpose? You just showing off your girls, or are you trying to attract somebody for dinner?
No, because I feel like this. If I have a part of my body that I feel that I just love, then why not show that off? We won't say booty or your bottom area, but if I feel that if I got a tattoo, I want to show that, especially if it's an appropriate area, but then also at the same time,
Tastefully.
you know, my
That's all I'm
Yes,
saying.
you can.
But can't you
That's
show it?
less
Mean tasteful. And the styles, girls, they are hot out there. If you want to feel voluptuous or you want to feel sexy, then you can go get the top that says all of that. But you can get the tasteful top that just gives a sneak preview. But again, what is the sneak preview for? Who are you trying to draw? Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong?
Well, you know what? We got a caller, so why don't we go to break and get a man's perspective on this?
All right,
We'll be
that's what
coming
I'm
back
saying.
at you with Miles on the phone.
My mother died of cancer at 53. In those last painful months, she was more worried about paying her medical bills than getting well. I hear stories like hers every day. For 20 years, Washington's talked about healthcare reform and reformed nothing. I've got a plan to cut costs and cover everyone. But unless we stop the bickering and the lobbyists, we'll be in the same place 20 years from now. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message because to fix healthcare, we have to fix Washington. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
What if? What if there was hope instead of fear? Unity instead of division? What if we had a president who believes that we are one nation?
There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America.
Barack Obama.
We are one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the Stars and Stripes, all of us defending the United States of America.
Welcome back to the Candy Show. On the line, we have Miles Fork of Miles Fork Photography, who has some comments about our summertime fashion. Is less more? Miles, go ahead and give us those comments.
You know, I think that, the old adage of, I didn't see your brains from across the room. We always look for a woman who looks classy, but yet someone who is attractive. I mean, you're not really going to understand who someone is unless that you have that physical attraction to them right off the bat.
Right.
And everyone's a different flavor, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, as a photographer, what I try to capture, beyond from just being very attractive and sexy on a page, is a thought. So if you want to come across beautiful or attractive to someone, less is not always best. If you want to meet somebody, remember, it's just like photography. I tell my models, give me something through your eyes that captures that thought. Why would I want to have you on my page or my ad campaign or even a poster on my wall if you're not projecting something that's going to tell that person that's viewing you a thought?
I feel you.
If less is best, that's not the right mentality. It's a thought process that you have to understand that, you want to look your best, no matter if you're wearing a parka or you're wearing a bikini. That looks something that fits you in your personality so when you go out, because that's what ultimately that you want to find is someone who's going to match what you are all about. You don't want to portray something that you're not, because that's where you're going to run into trouble. You're going to meet somebody that you're attracting that's not really you.
Right.
So do you agree, Miles, that when you dress less, you're attracting Mr. Wrong, or are you attracting Mr. Right?
Is that your personality? Are you a flamboyant, someone who likes to be looked at, and you want to attract someone who is into your body more than your personality?
That's
Speak,
pretty
brother.
deep. That's
Speak.
pretty deep, Miles. This is another perspective of it, Miles. One of the things we were saying, you're a size 18, and you have purchased an outfit for a size 12. So, you're busting out at the seams, but you're still trying to capture the fashion of less is sexy. I'm making myself feel sexy and appealing. Is that a good calling card that you're putting out there?
Well, like I said, from my perspective as a man, and it goes hand in hand with my photography as well, is I try to match their wardrobe to what I'm trying to get across. Okay, that may not always be a sexual sense, it may not always be a fashion sense or glamour sense or whatever I'm trying to get across. It's that thought process. So once again, is less best for a woman who's size 18 or 12 or even a 6 or size 0? It starts from your eyes. I can't tell you that if a woman, I'm going to tell you, it's a horror story. Anytime I see a woman, walking down, like for the Indianapolis 500, someone who's wearing something that looks totally atrocious. You know what I mean? They're wearing flip-flops, a booty shorts, and a tube top. And I don't care what size you are. That's just not going to be something that you're going to find a man that makes, $60,000 a year that's going to make a lifelong commitment, okay?
Exactly. Well, Miles, we appreciate your comments. You keep talking about your photography. Why don't you give us some information so that you can let people out there know what kind of services you provide? What about your telephone number, your contact information?
You could reach me through myspace.com. It's myspace.com/Silverpine, SILVERPINE. Or you can reach me on the phone at 317-410-5797.
All right. Well, thanks so much, and you have a good night.
Thank you, Miles.
All right, no problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, ladies, I guess we got one male's perspective. Anybody want to comment on that one?
I absolutely agree with him. It's basically, what I was saying. You're going to attract men, but men really do want class. They really do. Well, they want a couple of different things,
TW, one of the things that Miles hit on is absolutely if my smile or my eye contact, if I want to present something to someone, it doesn't have to be the way I dress.
Exactly.
A lot of times people are attracted to you by the smile you give or your eyes.
Or your confidence.
Or your confidence in yourself. So totally, you have to dress with taste.
Exactly.
Because you're not going to attract Mr. Right until he gets into your head or you get into his head.
Okay, well, all right. Let's go ahead and take a brief pause for this moment. And all of you who are listening, want to comment, gather your thoughts, come back, and we'll be right back.
Need cash fast? Need something to do with that piece of junk sitting in your front yard? Well, Craney Brothers Auto Salvage is the place for you. 401 South Tibbs Avenue at Craney Brothers Auto Salvage. They buy junk cars. Runnables are those rides that are just plain ugly. Call Craney Brothers Auto Salvage at 468-8696. That's 468-8696. Call today. Complete cars in any condition. Craney Brothers Auto Salvage, 401 South Tibbs Avenue. Title is required for all car purchases starting at $200. This is your chance to sell your title junk cars, title runnables. That's right. Bring any condition title complete car to 401 South Tibbs to Craney Brothers Auto Salvage and sell it starting at $200. Get your yard junk free this summer. Make a visit out to Craney Brothers Auto Salvage, 401 South Tibbs Avenue, or call today at 468-8696. That's 468-8696.
Hey, what's up? It's TW with the Candy Store Radio Talk Show. Back at you. We just got a great response from Miles Fork of Indianapolis in regards to his comments on really whether women attract Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong depending on how little or how more they dress. Right now we have Red Williams from the Candy Store Marketing Group coming to you from New York. Who has some comments about his opinions on women's dress. So, Red, what you got to say about that?
I mean, it all depends. It depends on how old she is, how hot it is, and her walk, her talk, and her whole demeanor. It can. There's a lot of things that make up more than just what she has on. But in general, the less you have on, the less attractive you're gonna approach. Who gonna approach?
All right, so what you're saying basically is, again, the less you wearing, you're actually attracting Mr. Wrong.
Yeah, in general, yeah.
Unless you
have on, the more people are gonna holler at you anyway.
The less you have on, the more dudes are going to holler at you anyway. But is there going to be that man out there who just might be Mr. Right, who still likes what he sees? But, Red, is he going to approach you to try to get to talk to you to see what you really about based on what you have on? Or is he just going to think that one thing in his mind, like, all I want is this one thing, no matter what you're saying when you talk to him?
The first thing that pops in 90% of men's heads is, I want that. That's the first thing that's gonna pop in most men's heads.
Is that dressing less or just dressing normal?
It's just, I don't care how you dress. I mean, if they see what they like, that's gonna be the first thing to cross their mind. How good is she in bed? You know, what can she do for me, and how can I do it to her?
All right, so if you see two women, both coming out the mall, one has on a business suit. She just got off work. She got her briefcase with her. She looking hot. She's fine. And then right behind her comes out somebody with a tube top on, with some tight jeans, with, the low-rise jeans and some heels on. Which one would you initially consider talking to, and would you ultimately consider talking to?
I mean, it's easy access. The thought of easy access, but then again, knowing me,
that's
I
the
want to talk
question.
to the one in the business suit because more people are going to be intimidated in talking to her.
Look, that's the question.
She's going to scare people off more. So less dudes are going to approach her.
But so that's the question though. Are you Mr. Right or are you Mr. Wrong when you see someone like that?
It all depends on my mind frame. Depends on what I want.
But your initial mind frame is you just want what you want, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's, especially in the summertime, it's hot, sweaty. You know what you want. You looking to have fun. That's just where you going with that. But as far as, like I said, it depends on your mind frame. If you're looking for somebody to do something for you in the long run, if you already lived that life, then you're not stressing that. But if you're still looking to live that life, still looking just to have fun, you're going to go for the easy access.
All right. Let's pose this question. You have a dancer, a stripper by night, businesswoman by day. However, you walk in, you see her at her nighttime job. Then, a couple of days later, you see her on the street. You couldn't even recognize her because she didn't have her clothes on then, but now she got her clothes on now. So, what kind of woman, what kind of man do you think she's going to attract? And does it depend on what time of the day?
I mean, you said it all. Strip club right there, you know what you're going to strip club for. You know, in the daytime, she's dressed for success on a whole nother level. She's trying to show her responsible, respectable side. At night, she's out to make money. You know what you're going for. As far as the recognition thing, that's circumstances. You know, but
so based on her dress, so Red,
to know.
Based on her dress, is she giving a mixed signal?
It's not giving a mixed signal. It's just like I said, it depends on the person going after this woman. If you don't have your head on straight,
right?
I mean, you don't know what's your frame of mind. If you're looking for sex, you're looking for sex. If you're looking for business, you're looking for business. And you got to know how to separate the two.
Right.
So it all depends on the person's frame of mind. If you're young, dumb, and full of cum, you know what you're looking for. If you a little of age, respectable, and have your head on straight, you know what you're looking for there.
All right, you tell us. We coming up here in June. Holla, holla, June, New York. All right, we coming up here in June. Why don't you holler back to the people who's listening to you? What's going down in June?
You got LOE, the Liquid Octagon Experience. It's the Funkmaster Flex Show meets the Magic Show. It's the ultimate liquor convention. We got entertainment, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. We got models, Candy Productions.
Yeah, all right.
Fashions, we got the whole 9 yards. Anything that mixes in the nightlife, the day life. We got the business. We got the entertainment. We got Wall Street. We got the hood. It's everything under one roof. Millionaires, billionaires, trizillionaires, you name it, we'll be there.
And we're going to have some girls. They're going to be dressed less to impress Mr. Right or Mr.
You're going
Wrong.
to have some flesh showing, yes.
Right.
You're going to have well-dressed men. You're going to have half-dressed men.
All right. I'm there.
It's an experience for men and women, respectable, everybody who's trying to make power moves. That's who's going to be there. And that's what we're offering the people. If you're looking to make a power move in your life, make that right connection, whether it be on Wall Street or on the back street. We're going to have that. We're going to have everybody who's trying to move ahead in life in that building.
All right. So, Red, what time, what days does this, what is this? What's the dates now?
You got June 22nd, which is a Sunday, and June 23rd, which is a Monday, 6 to 12. This is a must-see if you're in the business or not in the business or trying to be in the business or just in business in general. This is a meet and greet for all marketers, all business persons. This is the place to be, New York City.
All right, let me leave you with this one question. Should I dress less?
I mean, you know where your head's at, so that should determine it right there.
All right, we'd like to thank our business partners, New York, the Candy Store Marketing Group, on the line, Red Williams representing. Tell my boy Overton we'll see him in a month. Tanya, you got any last minute words?
Hey, Red.
Yeah.
I got jokes.
And on that note, Red, we want to thank you for your comment. We want you to log on to www.indiegrow.com. Peace.
Later.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, but we'll be coming right back at you in a moment.
When the sun goes down, the hunger comes out. Pursuing innocence with an insatiable appetite, its gaping jaws on a relentless quest to feed its craven need. The nighttime is upon you, the hunger is on the loose. Where will you go for safety?
Welcome to Burger King. May I take your order?
BK is now open till midnight or later for you Night Stalkers. Now satisfy your nighttime craving with a hearty flame broiled double whopper with cheese. Burger King, have it your way. Participation may vary.
Welcome back to the Candy Show radio talk show.
Welcome back, everyone.
And this is Candy Girl and TW Life is Just a Cruise coming back at you with some final comments from Myrtle out of Indianapolis, Indiana. She just wants to post some comments about our subject. Summertime fashion is less more. Can less really attract Mr. Right? And Myrtle, what you got to say about that?
Hi, Myrtle. By the way, this is Candy with Candy Productions. How are you doing?
Hi, Candy. How are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead, Myrtle.
My take on the whole subject of less is obscene, for lack of a better word. Women walking around with their breasts hanging out, with their bellies hanging out, and they have the muffin tuft hanging out. That's not attractive to anybody.
What's muffin tuft, Myrtle?
Their belly.
And the little side fat. Is that what you said?
The rolls.
The little rolls. The blueberry muffins.
It's their belly. You can't even call it a stomach. But that's not attractive. It's not even attractive to women, so how can that be attractive to men?
Right.
And the men who are going for women or young girls who look like that are after one thing and one thing only. And when they're wearing bootylicious shorts, they belong in videos, and maybe not in videos. They don't belong on real people walking around the street.
Wow.
And today, the way the world is today, there are so many men who are perverted and have perverted thoughts that when you're exposing yourself like that, you draw attention. And most of the attention is negative attention.
Now, when we first started the program, Myrtle, there was a comment stating that, well, you know, designers, they design the clothes for us, right? So aren't they just as guilty? Why can't we wear what we want to wear when it's out there for us? So do you think that a woman who's a size 26 that even though she may go to Ashley Stewart and she has a revealing top, should it be okay for her to wear that? And if she does choose to wear that, is she going to be attracting her husband, her lifelong mate, or is she just attracting a one-night stand?
My opinion, she's attracting a one-night stand, if that. Because it comes in your size doesn't mean that you have to buy it and wear it.
Okay, so in your opinion, it's not really about the designers, it's about our choices.
It's about the choices that you make for your body. And when we look in the mirror at ourselves, we know, maybe I shouldn't have this on. Maybe I need to take this back. We know.
I also said, well, you know, I like to look sexy and attractive. I buy some tops that are, you know, could be considered revealing. However, I don't have a problem with putting a safety pin up because I know how much is appropriate for me to show and how much is not, or how much isn't. Do you agree that you can still be sexy and attractive, but you got to know what your boundaries are? You got to know if it's necessary to put a safety pin on there or put a jacket on. Do you agree that you can still be sexy, but you don't have to show it all? And men will still be attractive to your sexiness, and hopefully you're going to attract that right man and not somebody who does just want, for example, a one-night stand.
And men are also attracted to women who have self-respect, and if you're hanging your body out and showing parts of your body that shouldn't be shown, then that's not showing self-respect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Myrtle.
So I think self-respect is attractive as well.
Now, see, for me, I actually do like to wear deep cut cleavage shirts. So, what is your opinion on that? Who do you think I'm actually attracting? Am I attracting Mr. Right or am I attracting Mr. Wrong?
I think that you might be attracting Mr. Wrong. And I'm not saying that women should not show their best assets and maybe a little cleavage, but when your whole boob is hanging out, that's not attractive at all.
When you bend over and you're showing your butt crack, that's not either, right?
That's not attractive.
Right. It's just it's in fashion, but it's not necessarily attractive, and it's not going to attract your husband.
Well,
correct.
Okay. Well, Myrtle, I greatly thank you. Do you have anything else you want to add before we sign off the air this evening?
No, I don't have anything else to say, but less is not attracted to anybody, any man that has good intentions.
All right. Well, that ends that comment. Thank you, Myrtle, again from Indianapolis, Indiana, for calling in and sharing your ideas and your opinions.
The Candy Show appreciates your comments.
Thank you very much, Myrtle. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, TW, Tanya.
Yeah, we've had some interesting comments tonight, and we, of course, want to hear your comments, so go on indiegrow.com. You can also check out candyproductions.biz. Do a voice or, your typed blog. You can also shoot us an email at info@candyproductions.biz. We want to hear what you got to say. Can a woman who's dressing too revealing attract Mr. Right, or is she only ever going to attract Mr. Wrong?
Well, TW, I think we had an overall opinion where every one of our callers, overall the opinion was obviously dressing less is not attracting Mr. Right.
Right.
So we want to also hear from you out there who actually have a difference of opinion. If you can please log on again to www.indiegrow.com. Again, that's indiegrow.com. Click on the Candy Productions link. You can, again, as TW said, leave a voice comment or you can post a comment blog. We were anxious about doing this show tonight. We're definitely going to be anxious about doing the next week's show and forthcoming week's shows. We want to hear from you guys.
Next week we're going to be talking about, school's out now. How do we keep our kids out of trouble? What kind of activities is it? Do you take your kids to the community center? Do you have them stay home? Do you have them do yards? What is it that you do to keep your school-aged kids out of trouble. And then let's hit on the topic of troubled teens. You have any additional comments to add, Candy Girl?
I just want to say, school's out, everybody. How do you keep your son or daughter out of trouble? Please log on again to www.indygrow.com, indiegrow.com, and tune in next week. Same place, same time.